Hey, what's up everyone? Josh Quinones here, and today's video is all about these brand new devices here by TCL. They were nice enough to send out all three of these devices for us to go ahead and take a look at here on the channel. And not only that, they also sent over a big care package to go along with them. So huge thanks and shout out to TCL for sending out all of this good stuff. But today's video is all about this unboxing and first impression of all of these devices right here in one video. So let's go ahead and get started. Right here to my left, we got the TCL20 SE, we got the TCL20 Pro 5G, and the TCL20S. Now the 20S is going for $249.99. The Pro 5G is going for $499.99, and the TCL20 SE is going for $189.99. I had to write that in the back of the boxes so I can go ahead and remember those prices. But if you order one of these, at least the 25G or the Pro 24, this is a mouthful. The TCL20 Pro 5G or the TCL20S, if you order either one of these devices right here up until July 5th, you'll also get yourself a free pair of their Move Audio earbuds. So you want to make sure to purchase it by then if you want those free earbuds. Just thought I'd let you guys know. But if you're interested in any of these devices here by the end of this video, I'll make sure to have some links down in the description below. But I'm not going to go too deep into the specs or anything like that. Like I said, this is just an unboxing and first impression. So I want to start off with the TCL20 Pro 5G. This is the one that has caught my eye out of all three of these here. Now I already cut the tape on all three of them here just to make it easier for myself. Let's go ahead and get this started. So first of all, yeah, that was the box. On the box, it does give us a little bit of the specs here. This is the 6 gigabytes of RAM version with 256 gigabytes of storage. We got the Moon Dust Gray, so let's check it out. So the first thing we're greeted with here is the phone itself. Let me go ahead and pull this out. Let's go and just check out the phone. Here we go, here we go. Woo! Oh my God, that is, look at that. I don't know if you can see it as good on camera as I can here in person, but my goodness, this color is beautiful. It's like a nice matte finish right here in the back, and then you got like a glossy finish, just this strip right here where the cameras are. And look what they did. These cameras are completely flush with the back of the phone. I mean, hold on, let me do a little table test here. There is no camera bump in the back. I mean, there's a slight bump where the flash is, but it's literally just like a hair popping out. I mean, everything is pretty much flush with the back. Those camera modules, my goodness, I wish every phone manufacturer would do this because it just looks so good and it gets rid of that camera hump. So for those that like to carry their phone around naked, I mean, you're not gonna have any problems with your phone wiggling on the table when you have it flat on its back. I mean, this looks absolutely beautiful. And then going to the display, we do have these curved edges. Now they do look like they're a bit big. I mean, they could have been a little bit smaller in my opinion. Up at the top, we do get a headphone jack. We got an IR blaster, which is always great to have on a device. You know, not a lot of phones are doing that these days. Not a lot of them have those IR blasters. And in my opinion, I think every phone should have one because this IR blaster can definitely come in handy, especially if you're out at a restaurant, you know, you got a TV up there and maybe they have something on where, you know, you just don't feel like watching. All you got to do is pull out your phone, point that IR blaster at it, make sure you know it's set up with the right TV, blah, blah, blah. And then boom, you can change the channel and watch whatever you want. Or maybe you're at a friend's house, you want to mess with them. And you know, not everybody's going to know you have an IR blaster on your phone. So you can mess with your friends too. It's always just something cool to show off. So really glad that they put that on this device. You got the microphone up there going to the right of the phone. You got the volume rockers, and then you got this power button that looks like it has a little red accent color on it. So very nice touch. And I don't know, maybe they just put it there so you can be like, yo, this is the power button right here. Don't get it mixed up with anything else. Going over to the left side, we got that smart key that we also saw on the 10 Pro. So very nice that they brought it over to this device as well. And this smart key, you can actually be able to set up, I believe if it does work the same, you can be able to set this up to work with pretty much any app that you want. So say you want to click it once to open up the voice assistant, or you can double click to open up the camera. And I believe you have a triple click setting as well to set up for whatever other app that you want. So of course, we're gonna have to test that out here in a little bit once we power the phone on. Going down to the bottom, we got the SD card slot and SIM card slot. So yes, all of these phones right here do come with an SD card slot, which is a huge plus in my opinion. You also got the USB Type-C charging input, microphone, and the speaker. Let's go ahead and power this on, see if it has any juice. Let's see, has it got any juice? There it is, I got the little vibration right there. So there it is, I'm gonna go ahead and set this over to the side. Let's see what else comes in the box. Let's see, I'm sure this is the user manual and all that stuff. And oh, all right, check it out. Yes, we do got the user manuals, but we also have a case that comes with the phone. Now, not the most durable feeling case. It is very flexible, but the fact that they put a case in here so you can be protected right out of the box, I mean, that is great. Now I don't have to worry about buying a case right away. And it is a see-through case, so you can still be able to show off that beautiful backing of your device. But you know what? For the video, I'm gonna keep it off for now. You do get your SIM ejector tool. You also get something that we don't see in a lot of phones coming out now. They're starting to slowly take this out of the boxes, but that is the power brick. So thank you, TCL, for including this in the box. And then, of course, you get the charging cable as well. And that's pretty much it. That is going to be the unboxing experience there. Let me go ahead and put all this other stuff away. There we go. Boom, bam, shabam, bam, boom. Now I'm gonna let this phone go ahead and just leave it over to the side for now. Let's go ahead and move on to the TCL20S. Get that out of the way. So we got the TCL20S. Let's see specs for this. 4 gigabytes of RAM, 128 gigabytes of internal storage. Let's go ahead and take off the top part. There we go. Okay, so this time we are not greeted with the device itself. We have the little box that includes, oh wow, check it out. We got another case. So this phone comes with the case as well. You got your user manuals and stuff, and that's about it. Where's the SIM ejector tool at? Oh yeah, okay, so you got a SIM ejector tool in there as well. And then we get the device. So let me go ahead and pop that out. Here we go, let's slide it out just like that. Woo, all right, this is nice, look at that. So this is more of like a matte, kind of like a metallic, what color is this? Let's see, we got a Milky Way black. Look at all that milk right there. Honestly, I don't see any black on this, but it's called Milky Way black, and I think it looks really, really cool. I mean, that is a really cool looking color there in the back. Got a little bit of TCL branding right there towards the bottom. Now this is a 4-camera setup as well. Now this one isn't completely flush with the back, but I mean, it doesn't pop out a lot either. I mean, it's barely popping out of the back. So let's do a little table. Let's see, you get barely any wobble there. So I really love what they did here with that camera bump, or I mean, there's almost no camera bump, but it looks nice. It looks really, really cool. And you know what? It doesn't attract any fingerprints at all. Nothing at all. So they definitely did a really good job with that. Now going over to the front, it looks like we have a flat display here. No curved edges. Going to the top, we do get that headphone jack. We got a microphone, no IR blaster on this one. Of course, we get the volume rockers on the right along with the power button. Now it is a flat power button, so I'm assuming that is probably where the fingerprint sensor is going to be. That's usually how they make them if they plan on putting the fingerprint sensor with that power button. Of course, we're gonna have to check that out once we power the phone on. I know this one right here has an in-display fingerprint sensor. Can't wait to try that out. And then we have on the left side the SIM card slot and SD card slot. Like I mentioned, all these phones have an SD card slot. And we also have that smart key. Now I believe with this one, there's no way to edit this smart key like you can with the 20 Pro 5G. I think it's just stuck to the voice assistant if I read up on things right. But we're gonna have to test that out, of course, once we get the phone powered on. Going down to the bottom, we get the microphone, speaker, and the charging input USB Type-C. But let's go ahead and power this on, see if it's got any juice. And there it is. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and let this one start up over here as well. Let me get all this stuff out of here. Just move it over there to the side. We don't need to worry about that right now. And last but not least, we got the TCL20 SE. Let's see, specs on this. Okay, so we got 4 gigabytes of RAM, 128 gigabytes of storage, and the color on this is Nuit Black. So let's go ahead and remove that top. And we are greeted with the phone first thing. Well, they put it in a big piece of plastic here. Okay, so right on the phone, we get this sticker that actually gives us some of the specs for the phone here. So we got a 6.82-inch HD Plus display, high-res audio, 5,000 milliamp battery, really good size battery. We got HDR, 48 megapixel camera, 128 gigabytes of internal storage, and 4 gigabytes of RAM. But you know, I'm gonna go ahead and just, boom, take that off. Just like that. So this right here is another flat display, no curved edges, but it looks like this one has a teardrop notch. At least that's what it looks like right here. Kind of hard to tell with the phone off, but that is what it looks like right there at the top. The other ones actually have a punch hole cutout for that selfie camera. Now going to the top, this one also has a headphone jack. Got that microphone. Going to the right, we got the volume rockers, power button, and again, we get the smart key on this one as well. But again, I don't think this one you can customize like on the Pro version. Going down to the bottom, we get the speaker, the microphone, and the charging input USB Type-C. And I can't believe I have not looked at the back of this phone yet. I just noticed there's a sticker back there. Let me go ahead and peel that out. This is usually the first thing I look at when I take the phone out of the box. Can't believe I didn't do that this time, but whoo, look at that. Okay, so this one's actually a glossy finish. Look at that. So kind of wondering why they didn't go with the matte finish compared to the other two. Maybe because it is, you know, more of a budget device. So they had to do something to make it look more premium, because this looks like it could be a premium glass finish, but I don't think it's glass. It feels kind of plastic to me. Yeah, I think it's definitely plastic, but let me wipe this down real quick. Wow, this looks really, really nice though. When it's all nice and wiped down and clean, really, really nice. And then you can see we got the fingerprint sensor in the back right here. Now, in my opinion, that is the perfect placement for a fingerprint sensor on any device, because I mean, your finger's just always naturally resting there. At least for me personally, it is. Now, when it comes to that camera module, another 4-camera setup, and it looks exactly the same as what we saw on the 20S. There's almost no camera bump at all. I'm really trying to find the bump, and I can't. Let's do a little table test again. Not much wobble. There's a little tiny bit, but not really much. This is looking really, really nice. Now, it is all a glossy finish, but we kind of have a strip right there with the camera module. So it's more of like a darker blue, I guess. So it looks more of like a glossy blue color to me, in my opinion. So let's go ahead and see if this one has any juice. And there it is. So I'm gonna set all these phones up, get them ready to go, put all these boxes away, get them off the desk, and then we'll dig a little bit deeper into the devices themselves. All right, so all devices are all set up and ready to go, at least for the most part. The 20 Pro 5G is set up just a little bit more than the other devices here. But before we dig a little bit deeper into them, I just remembered I forgot to show you guys the rest of what was in the box for the 20SD. So let's go and take a quick look at that. We got the SIM ejector tool. This one also comes with a case as well. So all devices here come with the case in the box. Get your user manuals, charging brick, and the charging cable as well. Okay, that's enough of the boxes and what's inside. Let's take a look at the devices. So we'll go ahead and start off with the 20 Pro 5G. Now, the first thing I noticed about this display right here is how beautiful it is, how vibrant it is. I mean, the colors just pop. They're so vibrant, and it looks really, really good. Now, I know I mentioned, you know, the curved edges were just a little bit bigger than what I would like them to be, but I mean, it's still a beautiful display. You do get that camera hole punch cutout up at the top, a little bit of bezel on the bottom and the top and around the edges, just a little bit, but you're still getting an all-screen experience. So definitely a beautiful display, which I would expect from TCL, because, you know, they make these TVs. I mean, they're known for being a TV company, which, you know, they put some really good displays on a lot of their high-end TVs. So I would expect them, you know, to bring that down to their smartphone lineup as well. And they've definitely done that with the 20 Pro 5G right here. I mean, this display is absolutely beautiful. Now, speaking of the display, we got to talk about that in-display fingerprint sensor, because I did set it up. I was testing it out a little bit before I started recording this whole part. And it actually, you know, it works for the most part. It is a little bit slow, I will be honest. You know, it's not the fastest in-display fingerprint sensor that I've ever used. And there was a couple of times where it would miss here and there. I would have to put my thumb on there twice or 3 times in order to get it. But for the most part, it did work. Like I said, it's just a little bit slow. Now, when it comes to that facial recognition, because this does have facial recognition, it's actually pretty fast. All I got to do is power on the screen just like this, and it's already read my face. So all I got to do is just swipe from there. I don't have to put my pattern in, the code, or anything like that. I don't have to put my finger on the in-display fingerprint sensor. Boom, I just swipe and the phone is unlocked. So that facial recognition is definitely very accurate. I'm not really sure how secure it is, to be honest, but you know what? It does work. Now, I also set up the smart key on the side. You do have 3 options that you can choose from to set it up. You do have 1 click right there, which I set mine up to open up the assistant, and then I also set it up for a double click. Let me see, it's kind of hard to do it like this. A double click to open up the camera. Now, I haven't set up the 3rd click yet, but there is an option to be able to click it 3 times to open up whatever app it is you want. Now, when it comes to performance, just going in and out of the app screen, going to the side, the Google feed, I mean, it seems like it performs very well. You know, it's not the smoothest experience I've ever experienced, if that makes sense. It's not a 120 hertz display, so So if you're someone who has a phone right now that does have either a 90 hertz or 120 hertz display, this will seem a bit slower to you. Now, it doesn't stutter or anything like that. It's just not as smooth, if that makes any sense. But for the most part, it does seem pretty promising. It does seem like it's going to be able to perform pretty well. Once I start, installing more of my apps, I'm going to be testing out social media, gaming, just a bunch of other stuff to see how well this really performs. But so far, it seems to be performing well. And of course, I'm going to continue testing out this phone when it comes to performance, battery life, the cameras. So when it comes to my full review, I'll really be able to tell you guys what I think about this phone overall. But if there's anything that you do want to know about this device that maybe you want to see in a separate video, or that you do want to see in my full review, just let me know down in the comment section below. But so far, just based off of first impressions, I mean, this is a beautiful looking device. But let's go ahead and move on to the 20S right here. So again, I can't get over how good that looks in the back. But the fingerprint sensor. So it's got a fingerprint sensor here on the side, which is a lot more accurate than the in-display fingerprint sensor on the Pro model, which can be expected because, I mean, this is a physical fingerprint sensor instead of an in-display fingerprint sensor, which, could tend to have problems here and there. I'm sure maybe they can fix it with an update just to help it be more accurate. But this one right here, I mean, it works pretty much every time. Look at that. Maybe it's not the fastest, but it does work every single time. Now, when it comes to this display, like I said, it is a flat display. I did notice one thing, the colors aren't as vibrant as what we have here on the Pro model, or even the regular or the lower end SE model. The display on here, the color looks more vibrant as well. So I don't know what they did with this display right here. And I also have it at max brightness, which is perfect. But again, I am inside a room right here. So if I were to walk out in direct sunlight, I'm not sure if I'll be able to see the screen as good as I do now in direct sunlight. I'm not sure this is going to be bright enough because, like I said, I have it at max brightness right now and it is perfect for me. It doesn't seem too bright at all. I wouldn't even want to put it any lower than what it is right now. So max brightness is perfect indoors. Like I said, not really sure how it's going to do outdoors, of course. I'm gonna have to test that out and let you guys know in my full review. Now, when it comes to the smart key here on the side, it's pretty much set up for you already. I looked through the settings. I couldn't really find a way to customize it the way I want. So I'm assuming what you get is what you get. A single press is going to open up that Google Assistant for you. And yeah, like I said, what you get is what you get. So if I do happen to find anything out, I'll continue to trying to figure it out if I can customize it like I could with the Pro version. Of course, I'll be letting you guys know in the full review. Now, when it comes to performance, just going, scrolling up and down, going from screen to screen. Like I said, just with this one right here. I mean, performance, it seems like it's going to get you by. It seems decent. It's not a super smooth, high refresh rate display, 60 hertz. But, for a mid-range device, seems to be performing pretty good. Of course, I'm gonna have to download the games, all of my apps to really see how good this is going to perform. But the display looks great. Like I said, you got that camera hole punch cutout, and it actually looks pretty promising as well, just like I said with the 5 Pro right here. But overall, beautiful looking device. Let's go over to the lower end model right here, the 20 SE. Now, when it comes to this display right here, like I said, this one actually looks more vibrant than the phone that's a little higher than this one right here. So really, when it comes to the colors look really nice. Now, it doesn't look like the most highest resolution display. You can tell it's more of a budget display, but the colors do look good. And you do have quite a bit of bezel on the bottom, around the sides and the top. And then of course you get that teardrop notch at the top as well. So just looking at the front, you can tell it is a budget device. So, because of how much it costs, they're really not going to, try to give you the most premium look in this device. Basically, it just has to work for you. And I would assume that it is just going to work for you. TCL does a really good job at that. When it comes to the performance, I mean, it performs just like this mid-range device right here. And it seems like it's going to perform well once I download all my apps and all that as well. As long as it gets the job done for the price that it is, hey, I am perfectly fine with that. And then you get that smart key on the side as well, which is already set for you with that Google Assistant. All I got to do is press it once and there it is. And the same thing for this one. I couldn't really find it in the settings on how to customize that the way I want. Again, I will let you guys know in my full review. But overall, great looking device, especially for a budget device. I mean, it looks so good. Now, when it comes to the fingerprint sensor, like I said, it is in the back. Let's test it out. Boom. Oh, I missed right there. Boom. All right, let's try it again. Boom. Let's try it again. Boom. One more time. Boom. So as you can see, very, very fast. It's pretty accurate. I think I just kind of missed the spot in the back when I did it that first time, but all these other times, boom, working perfectly, very accurate. So like I said, in my opinion, I think that is the perfect spot for a fingerprint sensor right there in the back. But overall, for a budget device that costs as much as this one, I mean, I think TCL is doing some good things. When it comes to all of these devices, it seems like when they bring out a device, their goal is to make it look good. But of course, you know, looking good isn't everything. You can come out with the most beautiful, best looking phone ever, but if it doesn't perform right, then what's really the point? So I'm going to have to put these through the test to see if it's actually worth it. And then of course, I'll be letting you know in my full review, but I cannot get over how good the 20 Pro 5G looks. I mean, honestly, I just want to go out and just act like I'm talking on the phone. So I don't even care about performance right now. I just want to show it off how good it looks. I just want to act like I'm talking on the phone so people can, you know, look at it, see how good it looks, and then come up to me and ask me what phone this is. And that IR blaster, I really love that it has that. But overall, I think the phones look great. Y'all let me know what you think down in the comment sections below. If there's anything that you do want to see in any of these devices, anything you want to find out that maybe I didn't talk about here. Of course, I didn't go too much into detail. Like I said, this is just an unboxing and first impressions video. But stay tuned for my review. Make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of my other future videos to come. If you did like this video and find it helpful, make sure to give it a huge thumbs up. Don't miss out on that free earbud deal with these two devices right here. Like I said, I'll have links down in the description below. Thank you all so very much for watching. This is Josh Quinones. I will see you on the next one. Peace out.